Most men think that if someone likes them, it will be as clear as a bell. They wait for a woman to say exactly what she is feeling in a very straight way. But the human heart is more gentle and complicated than that. A woman hardly ever shouts out her feelings. She does not just say, I like you, in a bold voice. She does not make her heart easy to read like a simple book. Instead, she shows her feelings in ways that are quiet, soft, and very easy to overlook if you are rushing through life. And that is where many good men miss the chance for a beautiful connection. They wait for something huge, something loud, or a clear sign that tells them exactly what to do. But by the time a sign becomes that big, the moment has often passed by. She has already looked deep inside herself and made a choice about how she feels. This is the big thing you need to understand. Attraction does not make a loud noise. It hides in the tiny moments of a normal day. It hides in how she looks at you when you are talking, how she sits a little closer to you than to others, and how her energy changes when you walk into the room, even when she thinks you are busy doing something else. You have likely seen these little clues before in your life. You just did not have the map to know what they meant. Think back for a moment. Have you ever been near a woman who acted just a little bit different with you than she did with everyone else? Maybe her voice was a bit softer, or she listened just a little more closely to your stories. Maybe she stayed a little longer than she had to, or she found small, sweet reasons to talk to you again and again throughout the day. At that time, you might have thought it was just a happy accident, but it really was not. Those were her heart signals. The reason you did not see them clearly is that they do not come in big, obvious shapes. They are wrapped in her behavior, her feelings, and her instincts. These signals show up in ways that she could deny with her words if she felt scared, but her actions tell the real truth. That is just how the heart works. A woman's body often shows what she is feeling before her mind has even finished thinking about it. Her behavior changes before she can even explain why to herself. If you learn how to see these gentle shifts, you will see a beautiful thing that most people walk right past. You will see her interest before she ever finds the words to say it out loud. Before you can see these signs, you have to understand why they happen in the first place. If you go through life waiting for a woman to be perfectly clear and direct, you will keep missing what she is actually showing you every single day. Most women do not speak about their feelings in a direct way, not because they are trying to be tricky, and not because they do not know what they want. It is because of how attraction and feeling safe work in the human mind. For a woman, saying I like you directly feels very risky. It makes her feel very exposed, like she is standing out in the rain without a coat. It puts her in a spot where she could be hurt, misunderstood, or judged by others. Because of that fear, her natural heart wants to protect her first. So instead of saying what she feels, she shows it with her life. That is the most important thing to remember. Men often show interest by doing or saying things directly. Women tend to show it in a more quiet way through their energy and the tiny changes in how they act when you are nearby. If you do not understand that quiet way of speaking, you will keep waiting for words that she is not ready to say yet. This is not just random luck. It is how our feelings work. A woman's feelings for a man often grow deep under the surface first, like a seed in the ground. Her body feels it, her emotions shift, and her behavior changes before she even thinks about it. That is why what she does means so much more than what she says. You will see it in the way she becomes more aware of you, the way she watches you walk into a room, and the way her energy lifts when you are there. Another reason she might not say it directly is because she is quietly watching you to see who you are. Before she lets herself show her feelings, she wants to know if you are a man she can trust. She watches how you act with other people, how you handle being tired or stressed, and how you treat those around you. She is not just looking at your words, she is looking at your heart and your character. For her, liking someone is not just about how they look. It is about how they make her feel. And if they are a good person, she needs to feel safe. She needs to feel that you see her for who she truly is. She needs to know that showing her heart won't lead to her getting hurt or losing her peace. So instead of taking a huge risk right away, she tests the waters. She does not do this by asking you hard questions. She does it with her behavior. She moves a little closer. She gives you tiny signals. She watches how you react. If you react with kindness and understanding, she opens up more. If you miss the sign, she might pull back to stay safe. One of the very first things you will notice is how she positions herself around you. She moves closer to you. This does not happen in a big dramatic way like in a movie. It happens slowly and naturally, almost like it is just meant to be. When a woman is not interested, she naturally keeps her distance. She protects her personal space like a quiet garden. She keeps things polite but neutral. She does not feel a need to be physically near you. Even if she is very nice, there is always a tiny invisible line between you that she does not cross. But when she likes you, that line starts to fade away. It happens without her even thinking about it. You might see that when you are both sitting down, she picks the chair that is right next to yours instead of one across the room. When you are in a big group of people, she turns her body so she is facing you. Even if she is talking to a friend on the other side of the room, you might notice her feet or her shoulders are still pointed right towards you. These are not things people plan to do. They are things our bodies do on their own. Our hearts move us closer to the things we love. Even if she's trying to act very normal and casual, her body is telling a different story. Another thing you will see is that she finds sweet reasons to stay near you longer than she really needs to. Maybe the talk is over, but she does not walk away. She stays in your space for a few more minutes. Sometimes she might even leave and then come right back because she forgot to tell you one more little thing. This is not just a coincidence. It is her heart trying to keep the connection going. Many men think this is just her being friendly. They think it does not mean much, but the pattern is the most important part. One time might not mean anything, but when she does it over and over, it shows you what she is thinking. Then there are her eyes. Many men think that if a woman likes them, she will just stare at them with big, bold eyes. They expect her to be very obvious about it. But in the real world, the most honest signals are very soft. They happen in the tiny moments of the day. One of the clearest things she will do is look at you and then look away very fast. That quick break in looking at you is not an accident. It is a reaction from her heart. It means that when she looked at you, she felt something so strong and so sweet that she got a little bit shy. Her mind wants to stay calm, but her heart makes her jump, and that shows in her eyes. You might catch her looking at you when she thinks you are busy. The second you look back, she looks away or starts doing something else quickly. That does not mean she dislikes you. It means she is very aware of you. Another thing to look for is where she looks. If she looks at your lips while you are talking, it is a sign that her heart is thinking about being closer to you. She does not do this on purpose. It just happens when the attraction is there. You might also see her doing little things with her hands while she looks at you. She might fix her hair, smooth her dress, or play with a ring on her finger. These are things her body does to handle the happy energy you are giving her. She is trying to stay calm without letting everyone see how much she likes you. There's also a very soft way she might look at you. When she feels very safe and happy, her eyes will look calm and steady. It is not a scary or intense look. It is just warm and kind. She holds your gaze for just a heartbeat longer than a normal friend would. She does this because she feels a deep connection to you. Something even deeper happens when she starts opening her heart and her thoughts to you. This is when things move from just being a crush to being something very real and special. When a woman starts to talk to you about her real life, she is not just being a friend. She is starting to trust you. And trust is the most important thing in any relationship. Most women do not share the deep parts of their lives with just anyone. They keep their fears, their old stories, and their worries hidden away in a safe place. They only show that part of themselves when they feel very sure about someone. So when she starts telling you things she does not tell the rest of the world, it is a very big signal. She might tell you about a time she was hurt or something she is working hard to change about herself. She might share a story from when she was a little girl that shows her vulnerable side. The most important thing is not just what she says, but how she says it. Her voice might get a little quieter. She might look at you with more focus. She is not just talking to fill the silence, she is choosing to let you into her private world. This is huge because for a woman, feeling safe in her heart is the only way she can feel true attraction. She cannot move forward with a man if she does not feel like he is a safe place for her feelings. The moment she starts to open up, she is, if you can hold her trust gently. She is watching to see how you respond. Do you really listen to her, or do you start talking about yourself? Do you stay calm and kind, or do you judge her? How you act in that moment tells her if she should keep opening her heart or if she should close the door again. Things start to get a little more physical, but still in a very gentle way. She might touch you, but not in a way that is loud or obvious. It might be a little brush of her hand against yours or a soft touch on your arm when you tell a joke. These are tiny moments that you could easily miss if you were not paying attention. But these touches are very powerful because they are intentional, even if they look accidental. Most women are very careful about who they touch. They do not just go around touching men they are not interested in. There is always a space between them and others when there is no spark. So when that boundary starts to break, it is a big deal. You might notice it in small ways that seem like accidents, but if the touch lasts just a tiny bit longer than it should, that is a very strong signal. It means she is not just touching you, she's enjoying being close to you. You will also feel something you don't just see with your eyes, you feel it in your gut. It is the way her energy and her feelings change when you are near. This is when it becomes very hard for her to hide how she feels. Even if she is trying to act like a normal friend, her heart starts to change how she behaves in ways she cannot stop. Look at how she acts with other people, and then look at how she acts with you. With others, she might be very calm or just normal, but with you, something is different. She has more energy. She seems more alive. She reacts more to what you say. That is not just a random thing. It is her heart waking up because you are there. You might see her get more playful. She might tease you a little bit. She might laugh at your jokes even when they are not that funny, or she might get very soft and quiet. Her voice might get lower and sweeter. One thing that confuses men the most is when she seems to act in two different ways. One minute she is very close, warm, and happy. The next minute she might pull back and be a bit more quiet or distant. Many men think this means she has lost interest and they get very sad or worried. But most of the time, it is the exact opposite. It is a sign that she has very strong feelings, but she is also a little bit scared of them. This happens when a woman feels something very real, but also wants to keep herself from getting hurt. You have to remember that liking someone can be a little bit scary. When she starts to really care about you, it means she could get her heart broken. It means she is losing a little bit of her control. Because of that, her heart tries to find a balance. She leans in because she wants to be near you. Then she pulls back because she needs to feel safe again. She is not doing this to be mean or to play games. She is doing it to manage her own heart. You might notice that after you have a really great time together, she takes a little longer to text you back the next day. Or she might give you shorter answers for a little while. It feels weird, but then she comes back even more excited and happy than before. That is her just taking a breath so she can handle the big emotions. When attraction gets very strong, it creates a lot of tension inside a person. That tension shows up as these changes in how she acts. This is where many men make their biggest mistake. They react to her pulling back by becoming very worried or pushy. They try to chase her to get that connection back, but that is the wrong thing to do. At this point, you have seen all the signs, but if you just look at them like a list of chores, you're missing the point. This was never just about learning a few tricks. It is about understanding the human heart. Most men wait for a 100% guarantee. They want a clear answer so they never have to feel unsure. But love and attraction do not work that way. They don't show up with a loud shout. They show up in the quiet patterns of how someone treats you every day. They show up in the way she chooses to spend her time with you and the way her eyes light up when you speak. You have probably seen these signs before in your life. You just didn't know they were a special language. A woman's actions will always tell you the truth about her heart long before her words do. If she is always moving closer to you, if she is paying deep attention to your life, if she is touching you softly, and if she shows that push-pull behavior, these are not just random things. They are her heart speaking to yours. When these things happen over and over, they mean something beautiful. Now, here's the part that changes your whole life. Knowing the signs is only the first step. How you act when you see them is what really matters. Many men either ignore the signs or they get too intense. If you ignore them, the chance for love might just float away. If you get too intense, you might scare her away. What you really want is just to be aware. You see the signs, but you stay yourself. You don't rush her. You don't try to force anything to happen. You just let things grow naturally, like a flower in a garden. Another important thing is timing. Just because she is showing you these signs today does not mean she is ready for a huge commitment tomorrow. It just means she is moving toward you. Your job is not to pull her faster. It is just to meet her where she is with a kind heart. That is how you build real trust. That is how you make a connection that lasts. And that is how things move forward in a way that feels good for both of you. A woman will not tell you she wants to be with you until she feels completely safe to do so. But long before she ever says those words, she will show you with her whole life. If you know how to look with your heart, you will never have to guess again. You will know exactly what is happening while it is happening. That is what gives you a real advantage in life. While other men are feeling lost and confused, you will be standing on solid ground because you can see the truth. If this talk helped you today, please leave a comment and tell me which sign you have seen before. I love hearing your stories, and I read every single one. If you want to keep learning about how to understand the people you care about, stay connected with our community of friends. Take good care of yourself and your heart. I will see you soon. Thank you for being a part of our group of caring experts as we navigate the world of love together.